you had set up a good segue, and maybe we'll circle back now about the pandemic. And we've seen food shortages, supply chain issues, the price of food going up. And beforehand, we were chatting about, seeing how, maybe organic local food could actually be cheaper than what you're finding in Costco these days. Maybe you could talk a little bit about how the pandemic is sort of maybe evening the playing field for local production.
Sure. This is when you ask me, what are you excited about? This is one of the things that I'm most excited about right now. And it developed actually about a month ago when a friend came back and they said, sirloin steak at Costco is $16 a pound. And our steak right here is $9 a pound, sirloin steak. I'm saying, well, my goodness, here, we've always been a little higher priced than the supermarket. And here we are suddenly way cheaper. And so it got me to thinking, that's a bit of an epiphany, wow, suddenly, are we the cheaper price? And yes, we're seeing all these supply chain issues, price increases, and it struck me. So here's kind of where I am as I break this down, analyze this now in the system. COVID has thrown an inefficiency monkey wrench in big organizations. The bigger the organization, the more sand is in the gears, if you will. You have more chances of somebody suing you because you didn't, as an employer, somebody suing you because you didn't provide the right, quarantine measures, the right protocol. He didn't take care of it. He didn't provide a hygienic safe room. I mean, there's all that. There's and people are fearful. They're paranoid, and so from human resources departments to litigation to whatever, we're just seeing, big organizations, whether they're businesses or whatever, but bigger organizations are like aircraft carriers in turbulent times. You need nimble. You don't want big. You want nimble. And so here we are as a small farm. We're not as dependent on petroleum because we don't use chemical fertilizer. We don't have an HR department. I don't wake up in the morning wonder, well, oh no, who on my team is going to sue me for not providing them a hygienic safe room, yesterday. I don't wake up thinking about that kind of thing. And so the result is, since we run on real-time carbon economy, on biology and not petroleum, energy costs, and we have a smaller outfit. We're a little speedboat. And so we can navigate these rocks and shoals in this disturbing period of time a lot easier than an aircraft carrier. And so the thought has struck me, are we actually entering a time where our kind of farming and our size of our farm type and farm scale, are we now sitting in the market driver's seat versus always having to justify our craft price, justify our inability to get this or that or do this or that in the marketplace? Are we now sitting more in the driver's seat, including the competitive price? And so that's a really exciting development, if that is actually the case. And so, when I'm trying to get 2 books printed, I've written 15 books. We're trying to get 2 books reprinted right now. And it used to only take 30 days, 30 days, you could tell them, I want this book reprinted, 30 days to be on your doorstep. Today it's 80 days, even 120 days. And I'm asking,
Wow.
What's the problem? So we can't get any paper. Can't get any paper. Why can't you get any paper? And so, well, because contactless retail, used to be people went in the store and they put stuff in a bag. Today, all that stuff has to go on a box on your doorstep. And so the cardboard market is literally eating up all of the pulp the pulp fiber market, and there's nothing left over for paper. And so, you know, you see these things. I mean, the president of the printing company called me and he explained it and emailed me. He didn't call me, emailed me. But the point is that that when these macro things happen, the economy as envisioned, you know, it's got a lot of fragility in it. You know, just in time inventory, just in time everything. Actually, that means it's just in time also means it can't take very many shocks. That's the flip side of that. And so, you know, those are the time, that's the time that we're in. And I'm really, you know, bullish on the opportunities of the future as this becomes, quote unquote, the new normal. As little outfits like ours are better able to, you know, to adjust and to navigate to this new normal.
Yeah, and I'm also appreciating, you know, that finally sort of pricing is aligning with values, because I think always people would, you know, say I prefer an egg from a happy chicken or meat from a happy cow, but if it's such a difference in price, and now it's the opportunity for people to say, wow, everything about this whole system is in alignment with what I am wanting.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Fantastic.
And you don't have the you know, the price, whatever, the price prejudice that you had before. And I mean, we're seeing it all over. I mean, President Biden, in his press conference back on Monday, he said, man, I found out that ground beef was $5 a pound at the store. And he's just, you know, having this meltdown that, you know, hamburgers $5 a pound. And suddenly, you know, if that's the stuff at the cheap supermarket, it suddenly makes our $7 a pound, which seemed high when hamburger was, you know, $2.50 a pound. Suddenly the jump from 5 to 7 is not that much. And it might even, you know, go to 6 or 7. And so, yeah, it's an exciting time. We're just watching it every day, because every day there's, you know, some new development, some new protocol that the big guys are supposed to adjust to. Now we need vaccine passports. Now we need this. You know, we don't do any of that here. You know, we do nothing. Okay. You know, we don't mask. We don't, you know, I mean, you can wear a mask if you want to, but, you know, it's like that entire news feed world. We just ignore it. And think of how much time and energy is spent now in big organizations, big bureaucratic organizations and companies wrestling and dealing and having focus groups and trials and experiments and protocols and new sheets up on the mirror in the bathrooms. And, you know, think of how much time is being spent on this. We're spending zero on it. Zero. To us, that world doesn't even exist.
Wow, sounds like a breath of fresh air. And it's reminding me of the conversation about the fires and how an unwieldy sort of overgrown system could, you know, build up, the fragility of the system could build up and it could be burned down. And it seems like the pandemic is like a fire-like force, just burning down inefficiencies to some analogy.
Well, that's good. You know what? I've never heard that said that way. You just had
never thought it before.
that's a profound. Yes. We have built up all of this gunk, you know, with bureaucratic regulatory meddling in business, in government, and all that. And yeah, and maybe this is. Do you mind if I use that? I might use that somewhere. That's really good.
Yeah, use it. Good analogy.
Now it's, you know, now it's burning down. It's burning up. So this is a refreshing of you know, of life, of the culture. That's a good thing.
Yeah, and it just, you know, also that spin can take maybe people out of fear and into optimism.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we haven't touched on or I haven't asked you about that you think is important?
No, I think, well, I mean, we could talk for days if we wanted to. I can't help but give a little bit of a shout out to one of probably the single biggest change that, or opportunity, positive opportunity that COVID has brought us here at the farm is, up until COVID, I was traveling all over the world doing seminars and stuff. And as you know, conferences have pretty much died. Nobody wants to go to a Marriott, a Sheraton, a Hilton. So back in the fall of 2020, we got to thinking, I wonder how many billions of dollars are out there just floating from, Sheraton, Marriott, and Hilton for things for conferences that aren't happening. And so we decided, let's dibble our foot in the water here a little bit, and let's let our farm here at Polyface be a platform. If a group wants to get together, an outfit wants to get together and have a gathering, we let's see if we can, provide them a place. They can be out. They can be, not under HVAC, conference center rules and air, and we can provide them the best food and blah, blah, blah. And so we put that out. And last year we did 6 of these. They were fantastic, very well received. People went out of here levitating. We've already got 6 scheduled for this summer. And we just are real excited about the idea of having farms develop for farms to become the new nexus of food, information, and fellowship. Food, information, and fellowship, and the place where people meet to exchange those things: food, information, and fellowship. And it can be a brand new income stream for farmers, and it can provide an alternative, gathering point, water hole, whatever, right? For people in the greater culture. And so we're real excited about it. Our website will be announcing the ones that we're having this summer soon. This is just a very, a closeted plug. But anyway, we're trying to get a protocol set, a checklist set, so that this could be duplicated on lots of farms around the country. You don't need to go to an urban conference center. Hey, let's all collect out here on the farm, and the farmer can help stay in business, and we can gather in a safer, more enjoyable place. And why not let farmers enjoy some of that money that's flowed into the hospitality industry, and let us have a new, synergistic enterprise.
Yeah, that's perfect. This plan that we have includes, a retreat center being able to host some number of people, and it sounds fantastic, and I'm happy you discovered that.